In today's video, we're doing up some grilled lobster tails the easy way, using charcoal for beginners. Hey, this is Ricer from Dead Broke Barbecue of Wisconsin, and welcome back to the channel. But if you're new here, we try to help you enhance and amplify your backyard barbecue fun. In today's video, I'm doing up some grilled lobster tails the easy way, using charcoal for beginners. And don't be so consumed with fear, because lobster, it's actually really super simple to cook. All you gotta do is get them up to 135 degrees internal temperature and they're done. And then you can serve them to your guests and look like a Mr. Fancy Pants. Now, if you do up some lobster tails, trust me, your guests are gonna think you're super cool. But little do they know, it's pretty dang simple. Grab a stick of butter in your kitchen shears, Steve. We're gonna grill up some lobster tails the easy way, using charcoal for beginners. In today's video, I'm doing some grilled lobster tails the easy way, using charcoal for beginners. We wanna get our charcoal running while we start seasoning up these lobster tails. We're gonna take our wax cubes, put them right in the center of the grate, and we'll light them up. Then we'll go ahead and put on our chimney. And now that our charcoal is started, now let's go ahead and get these lobster tails seasoned up. But we're gonna start with our butter sauce first. So we'll just put these lobster tails right off the side for right now. All right, so we're starting off with a stick and a half of butter. We're gonna make this easy. Just grab a little bit of parsley and put it right in there. Pretty simple. I'm gonna take a lemon. I like to roll it a little bit on the table, just like that. It softens it up a little bit. And we're gonna just start off with 1/2 of lemon juice squeezed in here. Now these other lemons, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna actually grill them. Now we'll take our garlic press. I've got 4 or 5 of them in there, 4 or 5 cloves. We're just gonna squeeze that down, scrape that in there. We're gonna add a little cayenne pepper to this. You can add as much as you want. Don't go too crazy, but that looks about right. And then just a little paprika. Get a little of that on top of it. Now just go ahead and set the garlic butter sauce off to the side, because we're gonna wait until we get those coals dumped and then we'll start melting this up. Now we can get into the lobster itself. I use a good kitchen shears, and we're gonna just start with this. Now this has got a broken shell, so I'm gonna break that part off right away. And we're kind of doing this for more of a presentation. This is gonna make you look fancy. Take your scissors and get it up tight against that shell and just cut right down the center, right before the tail. Now you get this far, and then just take your thumb and squeeze right underneath that membrane, and then you can just go ahead and prop this up on this shell just like this. But we'll just repeat it on the remaining 3. Just start cutting right down the center. Start peeling the meat off the shell itself, and then get your thumb underneath it. Start getting it out. And then close it up. That. And watch out for these little spikes here. They're sharp, so you're gonna want to watch out that you don't poke yourself with them. A lot of times I'll just break some of that little shell off on the outside. Just makes it easier, makes it hang over a little bit more. And you're gonna want to check these over to make sure that you don't have any broken little shells on them. Okay, now we got it that far. Let's go ahead and throw on a little bit of kosher salt just on the top. And then we also want to put some fresh ground pepper on it. And also, now that I've used that, I also put a little fresh ground pepper right in top of my butter sauce. All right, our charcoal's burning nice and clean now. Let's go ahead and dump it out. Grab your charcoal. Now you can see that we're starting to ash over on the top of our charcoal, so it's a good time to dump it in right now. Grab our grate, pull that off. Remember, it's hot, so be careful. And then we're just gonna pour our charcoal right along this side. And we're doing a 2-zone cook here. Now just go ahead and put it in your grill grate, and we're gonna take our butter sauce and put it on the indirect side. We just want this to start to melt. We'll put our lid on with the vents all the way open and close it up. Okay, so it's been 10 minutes. Let's go ahead and stir up that butter sauce and get these lobster tails on. Just stir this up some. It's nice and melted. Now obviously this little guy is going to be warm, so we're going to want to watch out for that. So we're just going to move our butter sauce way to the back, and we'll start loading up these lobster tails. And we're going to put them indirect to start with.
there. This one's with the broken shell. Get him in here.
Now we're gonna take our brush and drizzle some of that garlic butter sauce right on top of it.
So we're just gonna wanna drizzle a little bit of it on there for this first coat. Yeah, drizzle just a little bit on each one. Smells awesome. Move our ice. And then we're gonna go ahead and just slice this last lemon in half, and we're gonna put these in the grill. Find a spot for them.
So when you put lemons on the grill, they actually get really juicy and they start to get extra flavor. So we're just gonna put them in too.
And we're gonna put our lid on with the vent
over the lobster tails, so that way that heat comes directly over across the top of it. Now set a timer for 4 minutes because we want this to start to cook, and then we're gonna start adding some more butter sauce to it. Okay, our 4-minute timer went off. Let's go ahead and check these lobster tails out. Yeah, nice. They're starting to get translucent. That's what we wanna see. But now we're gonna go ahead and just move them directly above the coals here for a little bit. And that's when the fun's gonna start. This one right here. We're actually gonna take our lemons and put them in closer too. Now again, I'm gonna drizzle some more of that butter on, but now they're kind of getting cooked up. We're just gonna run it right over the top. And you'll get a little flare up, don't worry, that's just a little bit of fat burning. 3 of these are gonna look beautiful, but this guy, that broken tail of his, that'll work. That'll work, we'll save them. Okay, now we'll put on the lid. And we're gonna set a timer again for another minute because I'm gonna put more butter sauce on. Okay, there went our 1 minute timer. Let's go ahead and get these coated up again. Close up the lid and set a timer for another minute. Now today's video is sponsored by Wine Still Sold Out, or WTSO. And over at WTSO's website, they have wines across the world. And the bottles are changing daily. And they also have special deals where you can get 30 to 70% off. Now, if you use my promo code BBQ20, that's gonna save you $10 on any purchase of $50 or more. Now, that's a lot of money. You can get extra wines with that cash, for sure. And they have plenty of shopping options like Last Chance Wines, Weekly Tasting, Premium Selection, and My Cellar. So what are you waiting for? Get over there and get yourself some bottles and save yourself 10 bucks.
Okay, so our minute timer went off. Let's just get these coated up again.
And we'll set a timer for another minute. All right, another minute timer went off. Let's go ahead.
Get a little bit more butter sauce on this. And we're also gonna start checking, see what temperatures these are running at. Because we're gonna pull these at around 135 to 140 degrees. 120, 19, 18, we got a little longer on that one. 135, so we're gonna pull this one back. We're gonna pull this one back. Yeah, that one's done too, pretty close. We got this one, just that one right there that we might have to. Okay, and we'll also take our lemons off. And we're gonna take a little bit of this butter sauce first and just dribble some of that down it. Lots of goodies in here for sure. Take our lemons, squirt a little bit of that right down it. And finally, we'll just add a little paprika for color.
And there you go. We've got some lobster tails done in about 8 minutes. Now, obviously, I just can't stand around here and not try some of them, so let's get into one of these. And that usually, I just get in here and pull it right out, and then we'll just lop off a couple chunks of it. That looks like a nice piece of lobster tail for sure. Awesome, really tasty. What am I doing? I gotta have some Riesling with this, of course. Cheers. The fruity flavor and these lobster tails, the buttery and the garlic sauce,
Great combination. You can taste some of the cayenne pepper in there too. And obviously you see that I got these done right around that 135 to 140 degrees. They're perfect. They still keeps them nice and tender. They don't get real rubbery and taste like rubber bands. But this is a simple way to grill up some lobster tails using charcoal. And really, if you see what I did there, it's not much effort. If you don't have a charcoal chimney, just throw some charcoal on the one side of the grill and let her go to town. And once that charcoal starts ashing over, then it's time to go ahead and put those lobster tails in. Pretty simple. Now, I didn't have that exciting pop in this video because this one's got a regular cap, but still tastes really good. Hey, did you guys thaw out some shrimp yet? Well, that's what you're eating. I'm having lobster. You guys can have Burger King.
If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and become a subscriber. Turn on that notification bell and check the description below because everything that I use is listed in there. You want to get some of that stuff too. Well, at least I think you want some of it. I mean, you might be walking around with a little extra strut in your step. Look at me. I got a spritzer. Yeah. And that fancy cutting board is in the description also. You might even want to get yours engraved. But I appreciate you watching and we'll see you in the next video. Doing up some grilled charcoal blah blah blahs. And it's really cool because you just burn charcoal. That's easy. You just burn it.
Oh, no place for memory card.
Or you might want to get that, or you might actually, and maybe even want one of those, and maybe even want one of your own cool cutting boards like I got. I think that's it. I think I covered it. Had a couple difficulties, but I'm blaming on the sausage fingers. You know, sometimes things don't go the way you want it to.